Hello. Hi. Hello. Hi. Man, I was just watching back some of my Danganronpa streams, and like everything before, like everything from the second trial and earlier, sounds like dog shit. Like I'm just now realizing this. Hello. Hi. Hello. Like the audio mixing is terrible. That I didn't have a gate then. Like the desktop audio was way too high. You cannot hear me when the characters are speaking. Just giving their like regular announcement dialogue. Just like regular like reaction dialogue. Like fuck me. I know for a fact that well, I'm pretty sure that my Ultra Despair Girls and later sounds good, and I think I picked up on like this sounds like shit during chapter 3 of Danganronpa 2. But man, it's rough. What am I calling this announcement? Ace Attorney, justice for all. Do. Okay. Get that. Man, I want to play more Smite. They just released Charybdis, and I was very excited for her. Sister Ascilla, she's a hunter. She throws daggers and shit. It's so cool. Big fuck off monster. Yeah, okay. It's capturing, right? Okay, good. It's time for more Ace Attorney. Enough of me bitching and moaning about my inability to stream properly. It's time for Ace Attorney. We're on the, what is this now? Trial 3, Investigation 3? I don't know, Part 4-1. Whatever that means. How's it going, Noah? I'm back. I had shit to do late last week. Sorry, my bad. What's new? What happened? I don't know. So what the hell has happened in Ace Attorney? What did I forget? The last trial was the last day of the trial was kind of pointless. It really just could have been solved in its entirety by Mo just saying, hey, this is what I saw. And Franziska pointing out, yeah, that's Max's whole shtick. So to recap what we think actually happened here, what, 6 months ago? What's her name? Oh, we're actually on a trial day. 6 months ago, Regina Barry gave a handkerchief covered in pepper to Sean Dingling, also known as Bat. During practice, during like the rehearsal, Bat, in a bout of confidence, asked to perform Regina's trick during practice, and like if he managed to pull it off, he asked that Regina go on a date to the movies with Bat. The trick was Regina puts her head into Leon's mouth. And that's scary and shit. The pepper on the handkerchief. We don't actually have a handkerchief. The pepper on the handkerchief, Regina gave to Bat. That caused Leon to sneeze in the middle of the performance. And he ended up biting Bat on the head. That put Bat into a coma. Acro, his brother, Ken Dingling, ran up and fought Leon and got seriously injured to try and save Bat from Leon. As a result of that, the ringmaster, Russell Berry, Regina's father, took Leon round back and shot Leon, the lion. And now a couple days ago, Ben proposed to Regina, or not Ben, Trillo. Trilloquist the puppet proposed to Regina. And Max, in a fit of jealousy, bottled Ben, the ventriloquist. He then asked the ringmaster, Russell Berry, for Regina's hand in marriage, which Russell agreed to. That night, while Max was talking to Russell, Russell agreed to give Regina's hand in marriage, and then he followed a note placed by Acro in Regina's pocket in the morning of the crime. To the murderer, you haven't forgotten what happened 6 months ago, have you? I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Meet me at 10 p.m. tonight at the Lodging House Plaza. So, Acro put that note into Regina's pocket that morning in order to lure Regina out to the courtroom by the courtyard by the lodging house, where he had planned to use the statue of Maximilian Galactica on a fly wire to brain Regina over the head. Yeah, in the box was the bottle of pepper that was used to cover the handkerchief with. So Acro blames Regina for the the brain damage of his brother and the coma. And so he had planned to lure Regina out, brain her with the statue, and kill her in the snow, and frame Max for it. Why frame Max? Because he's kind of a dickhead. I guess. I don't know what beef he had with Max in particular. I guess it was just convenient for him to frame him. What happened was, though, Russell saw the note that Regina had put up, because she assumed it wasn't for her. So Regina put it up in the cafeteria. Russell saw the note and assumed that someone was pissed that Leon was killed. Not that Bat was in a coma. Not that someone had killed Bat. So, what happened was that Acro brained Russell by mistake with the Maximilian Galactica bus hooked up to a fly wire in an attempt to get revenge for his brother. That's, I think, the shape of it. Could there be a twist? Maybe. Is there going to be another day of investigation? Probably. But we could just wrap it here if, like, Phoenix decides to be smart about this. Where's my water? Yeah, if, like, this trial goes long, Phoenix could 100% just sweep the trial and, like, indict Acro. Because I think we have pretty much all of the evidence we need. Like, if I'm able to piece it together like this, and provide evidence for it, provide evidence for my conjecture, we should be able to sweep this in court then. Oh, yes. Good morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it. Hehe. Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. Regina. How fabulous, my sweetie pie princess. You came to watch my performance today. Of course I did. Mo told me that I should come and watch this. Mo said that? So what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end? Maybe. I kind of assume that Regina is, like, actually playing on the feelings of these guys, but I really don't think she thought anything of the note. I think she's kind of actually an airhead, and she didn't think much of the note to, the note threatening proof of, the quote-unquote murder 6 months ago. Like, she didn't think anything of it, but she's 100% playing both Trillo and Max right now. It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties? Huh? I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't... Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on. Or even where she is. Yeah... I really think that... I really think... It's horrible to say, but I think that Regina really is, like, empty behind the eyes. Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today I'm just a member of the audience. Ah, she's real cute, but fuck, she's so dumb. But fabulous! Enjoy yourself out there. Good luck, Max. You're the best. Regina's different, don't you think, Nick? Top of the morning to ya! Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo. How low can you go? Mo. Top of the morning to ya, Governor. Top of the morning. That's the ticket. Attack the day starts with energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain function. Here, Max, I brought you a present. Have some milk. Why do people keep bringing Max milk? Oh my, thanks. So how are you today, right? Well, I've got a feeling that today I'm gonna face off against the real culprit. You mean Acro? Oh fuck, Monos. Yeah. Like, that got fucking... That was a bit wild, so they... Yeah. Huh? You think he did it? Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line, literally. He's got guts to spare. All I've got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is. I'm already used to it. Just means I won't be able to press him like I can the other witnesses. What are you going to do then, Nick? I guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Today we rely on evidence. That's the only way we'll get past Acro to the truth. You're right, but it's going to be tough. Anyway, I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father. You want us to make sure Regina watches? Yes, that's why I brought her here to court today. What's that supposed to mean? She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars. Yeah, like... I really think that Regina is just, like, so horribly sheltered that she doesn't actually grasp that her father's, like, dead. Court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactica. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Miss Von Karma. You may proceed with your case. The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of the events. What's the meaning of this? We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say, a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime. Order! Order! I had a feeling something like this would come up. Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if the need arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene on my orders. Poor Gumshoe. Very well. Please call your witness to the stand. Time to get to work, or shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope. There's fucking birds on the scene. Name and occupation. Ken Dingling, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat at the Very Big Circus. Where were you on the night of the crime? I was in my room that night. If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room is near the crime scene. My room's on the 3rd floor. Crime scene is below my window. The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed? Okay. What I witnessed. It was just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Then a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind. That's who it looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming. This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown. If that is the case, there's very little the prosecution need add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the skies that night. Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness. A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. A man must know the proper timing of things, Mr. Phoenix, right? Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth did. Mr. Wright, you have a problem with the witness's testimony? In the words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? There's no way that actually happened. Very well, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. A few minutes later, I saw someone flying right by my window. Max Galactica, I only saw him from behind, that's who he looked like. I thought I was dreaming. And that's pressed there. Your room is on the 3rd floor, right? Yes. And you said that you were resting in bed. That is correct. You're still able to hear a sound from outside? I was indeed. Interesting actor doesn't seem to get results. Maybe something is contradictory in what he just said right now. Is there anything contradictory in what he just said? I don't think so. Not at the gate. What's the matter, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. So I can find a clear contradiction. Should tread lightly. Are you sure it was a human being? Could have been a mannequin, or perhaps a large action figure. Well, setting aside the possibility of a mannequin, an action figure is plausible. You have no need to mince words with Mr. Phoenix Wright. Testify to the truth and only the truth, just as if we were there with you that night. I believe it was a human. Damn, we just strengthened his testimony. I wonder if Acro's statement jives with the facts. I believe it was human. Can I don't think I can pull that on him right now, though. Nothing. The light in your room was turned off then, right? That's true. I was going to bed after all. So with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window? Safety lights lit things up enough for me to see. Honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front. You see any other symbols? I clearly saw the silk hat, as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica. The more I press him, the less results I seem to get. Maybe there was something fishy with his latest bit of testimony. You'd see the hat, and you could just drape the cloak around the statue. But you wouldn't see the roses. It would be impossible to see the roses like that. Francisca's just waiting to fucking pounce on me. When did you start thinking what you saw wasn't a dream? Not important. I believe that the prosecution has done a bit of maintenance on the witness's testimony. Just to make sure, let's ask the witness. Ow! Objection. Sustained. I'll sustain that. Akron must be lying about what he saw. Of course he is. Another challenge would be to expose lies in court. Pedal Melnick. Let's assume that you turned your lights off in your room, correct? It's correct. There was safety lights on outside the lodging house. So bright sometimes it can make it hard to sleep. Close the curtains. Never really thought of that. I guess that means I'm off to buy some curtains. So Eastern Chambers. Ow. Yeah, witness perceived this testimony. Okay. Yeah, I'll press on that. Person's back couldn't see the white roses on the front. See any other symbols? We saw the silk hat as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. Convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica. Let's try that, yeah. There's a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given. This is contradictions and prove it with evidence. She's right, let's see some evidence. Evidence support your claim. Silk hat. Claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? The silk hat. What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window. Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night. That would have been quite difficult considering the state I'm in. Just looking outside of the window was a tough enough challenge for me. That's a shame, because you wouldn't notice the silk hat found on the scene. That's the ringmaster's hat, right? Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat. Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has two silk hats? No. This is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model that made only for Maximilian Galactica. Which means Acro. You've been fibbing on the stand. Order, order! As always, it looks like someone just had to open their mouth before sinking. Are you okay, Nick? Well, I opened my big mouth, and now I have to back it up. How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause this witness to commit perjury in court today? Acro's dreaming, Acro's the real culprit. He has a grudge against Max. Ah, shit, man. You're really putting me on the spot right now. Do I indict Acro? Immediately, like out the gate, indict Acro. Holy shit. Can I indict Acro? He has a grudge against Max. I don't think he does. Acro is dreaming. I can't prove it. Acro is the real culprit. Shit, man. I guess that's the only thing I can do. I can't prove that he was dreaming. He doesn't have a grudge against Max, as far as I'm aware. So I just have to indict Acro. Yeah. Right? That's the only thing I can do. I just have to indict him. Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself. On this occasion... Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of? Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry. Shit, man. Mr. Wright, are you serious? Deadly serious, Your Honor. Ha ha ha. I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to have learned how to try and grab at an audience's heart and minds. Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to wouse a crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book. Really? If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's calm enough for it to almost be scary. Well, yeah, he's a sociopath. He's saying rather calm and collected. He's actually bring a hummingbird to court. What the fuck? Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusation? I don't really need to say a thing, do I? What do you mean? Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up on myself, let alone leave the lodging house. That's true. I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. To do this by accusing me of a murder of all things. See, even a sliver of common sense makes it clear that the accusation is ludicrous. He's right, way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man. Phoenix is a poopy head. Oh, wow, fuck. See that, Mr. Phoenix Wright? If you're trying to drum up support for from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. Ugh. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand under his own power. Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well. I can hear the defense now. Acro has an accomplice. What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice? Did he have an accomplice? Did anyone help him commit murder? Would Ben help him commit murder? I don't think so. No one we know would help Acro commit murder. Ben wouldn't help him. Ben is pretty well useless. Regina, why would Regina help Acro kill her dad? Russell Berry, this is not suicide. Mo, no, Mo wouldn't commit. Mo wouldn't help Russell. Mo wouldn't help Acro kill Russell. And Bad is in a coma. We don't have any other ones. Of course he didn't. Now then, this must be when we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice. Not this time, Von Karma. What? Oh, the monkey. You're gonna sucker me into this one. What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright? There was no accomplice. Acro planned to commit this murder all by himself. Maybe the monkey? I don't know. Order. What are you getting at? Way to keep them on their toes, Nick. Now I'm gonna have to prove how it all fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry. Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that? I know I can't do it. I can't stop now. I know what I can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed. Alright, then let's do it. Mr. Phoenix Wright? If this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right? Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingling? He was obviously here the entire time. That's Acro's room. Pretty simple, eh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there can only be one correct answer. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster. What? Are you nuts? What are you, Mr. What say you, Mr. Dingling? It's an interesting theory. That's it? Considering that what you propose is impossible, yes, that's it. I mean, he's pretty fucking jacked. He could probably hoist that statue if he wanted to. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Could money have carried the statue sparkly enough to attract money's attention? So money must have brought the statue up to Acro's room. He did technically have an accomplice. He brought him the murder weapon. As the witnesses stated, your assertion is impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there's no way he could get to the scene, go to the scene, or be the killer. You've got a point. It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. It's true. Mo said that he saw Max, didn't he? But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. Mind if I ask you a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? That's the next course of this legal buffet. Be careful, Nick. If you mess up here... She's right. I can't mess up here. Gotta give this one some serious thought. Sure that Acro killed the ringmaster. And he did it while he was in his room. No doubt about it. Time to enlighten us as to how Mr. Dingling committed the crime, Mr. Wright. I can't present evidence now. Or do I present the bust? I have to present evidence. Because if I don't, Francisca is not going to point out the flywire. She's just gonna say, alright, fuck you, trial's over. Your theory's bullshit. Because she's not gonna give that to me. So I have to present evidence of the murder weapon. I'm gonna present some evidence. So what did Mr. Dingling use to commit the crime of the murder against Russell Berry? Oh yeah, that makes it easy. That makes it way easier. What's that? A picture? It is indeed. Problem is that the item's shown in the picture. The bust? It's quite a large bust, and because it is a life size, it's also very, very heavy. Heavy. Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death. Especially if it was dropped from a third-story window. Ah! See? This is how Acro was able to kill the ringmaster. With the force of gravity and Maximilian Galactica's ample bust. Order! Order! So you're saying the bust fell onto the ringmaster? A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it'd be incredibly easy to commit. How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible. Well, Acro's an acrobat. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like a bust. Mr. Dingling, how do you even respond to these charges? Well, Acro's at a loss for words. He should be. He knows I'm getting close to the truth. Well, 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 Acro, you can't run away from things. Ow! I'd watch what I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand that we get proper testimony from the witness himself. Testimony, you say? On karma? She's just using this testimony as a rouse to stall for time. There's absolutely no need for such testimony. The defense has its version of the murders. The prosecution has a right to respond. The defense's objection is overruled. Why can't he see things from my way once in a while? Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we require expert testimony. We can request expert testimony. The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him. Thank you. Everyone will sink to any low to win this case. Acro's physical state. Suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat. Only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. It makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Thus, it would have been unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think? I have no doubts in regard to the witness's testimony. It was impossible for him to lift the bust and stick himself out far enough to look. Not to mention that he could not have known the location of the ringmaster's head. A single false step would have led to an even more severe injuries. That's what I was thinking. What's your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright? I'd still like to proceed with my cross-examination. He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really. Yeah. What? Fucking Von Karma was quick to pick up on that. Wow, she's good. Yeah. Acro would know where his head was, because he set it up beforehand. I don't know how he set it up beforehand, but Acro's physical state. Suppose you could have lifted a stronger body. Would have been impossible. Why would you say it would be impossible? Allow me to explain. You accepted that if I was carrying the bust, I couldn't see up below the window. Thus, there's no way that I would know the location of the ringmaster's head. Well, I suppose you've got a point. Hey, Nick. Huh? What if you turn things around? Maybe you think of it sort of like this. If he knew the location of the ringmaster's head, then he could drop the bust. That doesn't make sense. I feel like I can prove somehow. I can prove somehow that Acro knew the location of the ringmaster's head without looking down. I do know. I think I've explained things sufficiently. The wooden box or the note? Let's present the box. Acro, you didn't really need to lean out the window, did you? What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I may add. Your silly hinting at things is pointless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough stalling. How about you show us some evidence? But he did such a good job hinting. Yes. Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should take a look at this. The key point here is the wooden box. The same wooden box the victim was found hunched over? The same. The question is, who placed the wooden box here? Who? When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box. Which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime. I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense. The moment that the bust came falling down was exactly the same moment the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear. You mean, if the bust were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box, there would be no way that it could miss the head of the victim. No. Order! This is unbelievable! Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going. There's only one way to go from here. Forward. So the next question I have is, who placed that wooden box at the scene? It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ow! Allow me to whip some sense into you. Mr. Phoenix, right! Ow, ow, ow! The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box. That's why the box was specially made. Specially made. Indeed. It had the most peculiar feature. The weight of the box. It's 20 pounds. The box had a remarkable weight. Weight? According to the court record, it weighs 20 pounds. Just to lift up this wooden box would have required... Oh, I see. One would have to squat down, then lift it up with their body, wouldn't you say? That's exactly the point I was trying... That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large. The box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it? That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place. Fool! Does he even bother to listen to me anymore? I've heard what you've had to say. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills. You did do it. Did you place this wooden box in the plaza? Mr. Wright may have a vivid imagination, but I could never have done what he's proposing. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust? Yeah, I remember. Of course I remember. It was on the top of the table in the cafeteria. Then what happened to it? I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself. Ah, that means... You understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop the bust from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bust from the cafeteria to my room? Money, right? Depends how big the monkey is. You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright explains that. Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice. Ah! Tell us exactly how the witness could have carried the bus from the cafeteria. Yep, we definitely have a problem here. This is no place to get perplexed. Gotta get my wits about me and prove how things happen once for all. Alright, Mr. Wright, let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bus from the cafeteria back to his room? A monkey. Everyone knows money. He loves shiny objects of any size. Oh, like when he stole the ventriloquist's ring. So, are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bust? Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own, and then brought it back home. Home? Money lives in Acro's room. Acro's room? But the bust was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny. Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court record. Whoa, Phoenix! My, those are some very nice looking cars he's holding. Yes, and they're made of platinum, which is very shiny. Ah! Acro! Money is a strong monkey, right? It'd be easy for him to bring the bus back to your room. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate. I'm very nonchalant about that, about admitting to the possibility of this. Order, order, I said order! Miss Von Karma! Where's the bust in question at this moment? I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak. This is a rather strange turn of events. Let's say that the monkey had not stolen the bust. What would have happened then? Well, that event. Something else would have been used as the murder weapon. Wait. Then you mean this bust was the murder weapon, purely by accident? It's possible. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Anyway, I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer. Moron! Mr. Wright's argument was so circular, I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that. Ow! Don't be so flamboozled, especially by this fraud of an attorney. Fraud? You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright? And what is that? You should know. You forgot that your fraud of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime. Ah! There's no reason to doubt the clown's testimony. That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright? Nick, don't let her beat you now. I won't. This is my chance to turn this trial around. When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Barry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answer this, and only this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Who was the murderer the clown saw? It was the statue. He saw Ow! I asked who's the other person Mo saw on the scene. That evidence has nothing to do with the question. Au contraire, mon frère. It does indeed have something to do with the question. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette. But he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw. How is that possible? It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust. What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? The silhouette he saw was wearing a cloak. There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bust. It would be easy to hang one off the cards in the bust's hands. Idiot! Who in their right mind would put a cloak on a bust? Doesn't matter who put it on the bust. Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is of utmost importance on this case, don't you agree? Oh, he caught me. So let's have at it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? Shit. Was it Acro? Where did Acro get a cloak? Was it Russell? Who the fuck? It had to be Acro, right? But Russell had the cloak. Guess what? The hat. Who the fuck? No. It had to be Acro. No, it couldn't have been, because Russell had the cloak. So the only person it could have been is Russell. Why the fuck why? What? It had to have been Russell. Because Russell had the cloak. Fool! Him? You are saying that it was the victim himself, Russell Barry. That's what I'm saying. The victim himself places the cloak on the bust? Place the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it. What would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright? Explain yourself. Nick, do you really have a handle on all this? I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together. Really only one picture I can paint anyways. Alright. So you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene. Then he attached that rope to the bust, and dangled the bust out of his bedroom window directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house. But none other than the ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trillo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Acro took his chance and released the rope. Now, this is when the magic happens. At the very instant that the bus hit the victim, clonk. That's as good as we got, eh? You just wait a second there, Mr. Phoenix, right? As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just isn't true. It can't be. Still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. This circus isn't over yet. What? The impact of the bust on the victim threw the cloak up, which snagged onto the bust. The impact also caused the sound a certain witness heard, prompting him to take a look. Oh, that would explain why Mo only saw the cloak and the hat. Because he saw the hat of the victim, he saw the hat of the bust, he saw the cloak of Russell, but the roses were tucked behind the cards. The cloak was caught on the cards, with the roses like tucked into the bust. So that's why Mo only saw the two symbols of Max. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Mo Curls, the clown. When Mo looked out his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Mo saw the bust being raised with the cloak dangling on it. Primarily because, in his wheelchair, he couldn't see out the window. So he just kept pulling the bust up. And that's how the magical murderer disappearing into the sky came to be. So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off is the one person who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crime scene. Acro, could only have been you. Acro's been playing mind games with all of us. He sure has. But he has come to the end of his rope now. So? What now? You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true? Evidence? In this court, only two things matter. The power of evidence and the power of my whip. Don't forget the power of my gavel as well. Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence? Nick, they say they want evidence. This doesn't explain how there can only be one possible murder method. There's still something unusual about Mo's eyewitness account. Unusual? Contradiction, actually. Okay then. Use that and get out of this dam. That's enough talking amongst yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs your claims. Want hard proof that you have unraveled the trick to this murder case. Is it the no? It's the no, right? Because that was placed in Regina's pocket, Regina posted it. And, Russell saw it and was lured to the place of the murder, the wooden box. Right? Hard proof that even no, that's not the trick of the case though. Fuck. Mo didn't see the symbols. or the roses. Hard proof that you've unraveled the trick to this magic case. Von Karma's gonna shoot it down if I present the note, because it has very little to do with the actual murder itself. It provides the victim being put into the place at the time, but that makes more questions than I think we need right now. So Von Karma's gonna shoot. I'm gonna say the symbols, because Mo saw the hat and the cloak, but didn't see the roses. The only way that Mo wouldn't have seen the roses is if they were tucked behind the platinum cards. The problem is Max's 3 symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses? Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings. Yesterday, there were 2 contradictions in Mo's testimony. The silk hat was one, the white roses were the other. But the theory I just presented explains all of these contradictions. You fool! Do you ever shut up? Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Mo said yesterday. He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Mo saw was actually the bust. Makes sense. If you look at it that way, then he did see the silk hat. Well, sort of. Fine, you've got one, but what about the other contradiction? The other contradiction? Remember what the ventriloquist said in court? He said he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night. But the clown's testimony didn't match. The clown said that there were no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that one away. Can you do it, Nick? Of course. I can explain all of it. What was that? Please recall the instant when the cloak snagged onto the bust. If the cloak snagged onto the bust, what happened to the white roses? They'd be tucked into his arms, yeah. Do you get it yet? If the cloak got snagged onto the front of the bust, it means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bust. Ah! Which explains why Mo didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust. Sure. How they presented it, it makes sense. My theory more, but I guess, like, if Mo saw the bust from, like, the face of the bust was facing towards Mo, then he would see the reverse of the cloak silhouette against the emergency light. So he wouldn't see the white roses, but he'd see, like, just a sheer black. Order! Order! This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a little while and see where it leads. Let's do this, Nick. And maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel. Oh, fuck. Well, so much for that theory. Mr. Wright, do you mind? What is it? You took the time to research our circus, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think that I didn't? If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that? Motive. This witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. Thus, there's absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster. Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Acro's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now. What do we do? There's no doubting that Acro deeply respected the ringmaster. Acro's motive, Seems that this case isn't over yet. Well, however, I feel that this is a good place to take a break. I will listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. This court will now take a 10-minute recess. If this is gonna be testimony, it's gonna be a pain in the dick to like point out contradictions. If this is just story and then it says, okay, present motive, like, okay, makes it easy. I can't believe it, Acro! It's pretty shocking, isn't it? It definitely is. And to think, he was always the most straightforward of the group. Jeebus, am I that hated? Ahem. Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose. He did? Psst, psst. But, I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know? But you're not. Which is kind of the reason why. Oh, is this Gumshoe? Hey, pal. You're gonna ignore me after I went through all the trouble to bring you some evidence? Ah, Detective Gumshoe. Ah, forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways. Now, Detective, I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax a little? We got some really tasty milk. How about a card trick, Detective? Oh, well, if you insist. Now, about that evidence you mentioned. What is it? Here you go. Huh? What is this? Yesterday in Acro's room. Yep, I've included the forensic results. Take a look at it later. Won't Miss Von Karma be mad at you for doing this? That's why this is all a secret. Huh? Look, details are on a need-to-know basis. We're not really allies or anything. And everything that's happened in court up till now has gone according to your plan. I don't know. Miss Von Karma didn't seem in control of things in there just now. You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set into motion. Final plans? Uh-huh. That reminds me. Got a message from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it. That's it for me too, pal. I'm out of here. What did he mean by that? The very end part? I'm not sure. It was all pretty cryptic to me. Oh, one more thing. Ah! Don't scare me like that. Looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant. What? For me? It's milk. The reception area looks like some kind of dairy. So hurry up and drink it all before it spoils. An entire dairy's worth of milk for me? Why did they keep sending him milk? What the fuck? Are they making fun of him because he's from the country? Because his, like, father's on a ranch or something? I don't get it. Court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please continue from where you left off. I'd like to continue with Acro's testimony, starting with his relationship to his victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Acro would have to commit this crime. Understood. Now, Mr. Dingling. Yes, Your Honor. Please proceed with your testimony. Finally, we're getting the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay? Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. But the ringmaster. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of Very Big Circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat at around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. It was my sole purpose in life. Such a thoughtful young man. As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think that Acro would kill the man he held in such esteem. You're absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there is no real need for a cross-examination, is there? Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? This might be my last chance to answer that question. Of course I'll cross-examine. Defense has the right to cross-examine the witness. You're so tactless, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? You don't care about justice, do you? You just want to fabricate a motive. Very well, Mr. Wright. Cross-examine the witness. We? Yes, my brother Sean and I. What? You have a brother? How old were you when this happened, Acro? I was 8 years old and my brother was 4. Your parents were very cruel, weren't they? Nowadays, we aren't bitter about what happened to us. This allowed us to meet the wonderful people at the Big Berry Circus. Or the Berry Big Circus. Nick, the judge is getting misty-eyed. He's got a soft spot for sob stories, it looks like. Ow! No crying in court. Let's keep this going. The witness may proceed with his testimony. The ringmaster of the Big Berry Circus took us in. Or the Berry Big Circus. Acrobat at 9 years old. I'll just press him on all of them. How would you describe your relationship with the ringmaster? He was like an uncle, a father, and a big brother all rolled into one. The ringmaster and my brother were the only family I had. What about the other people at the circus? This was over 15 years ago. Back then, there were a few customers coming in, so no one really had the time to look after us. They were worried about other things. But the ringmaster, he would always come see us with a laugh and a smile. What a beautiful story. That's why I was always thinking of what I could do to help. I wanted to thank him. Nick, isn't Acro such a wonderful person? I know, he seems like a nice guy, which is what makes this so difficult. So then how long have you been a performer? You started off as an acrobat at that early of an age? I begged the ringmaster until he finally agreed to let me do it. Ever since then, I've been in incredible physical shape. That's also when I decided to form a group with my brother. We called ourselves the Flying Dingling Berries. It's nearly a household name. I've even heard of them in Germany. Liar. The point is, I wanted to be of some use to the circus. You are truly a remarkable young man. Judge keeps looking at Acro, almost like a proud father. Do you ever have any trouble with the ringmaster? Ow! How could you ask such a thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You have some sort of fundamental misunderstanding of this witness's testimony? Or the heartfelt emotions contained within? You better think about this, Mr. Wright. You better think hard. Ow! Ow, ow, ow! No matter how you look at it, there's no way I could see the witness ever taking the victim's life. Exactly. I've been waiting for you to say that, Your Honor. Nick, I hate to say it, but I agree with them. I was trying to chase down the truth, but I ended up just looking like a jerk. I think that will be enough for now. Pondering whether or not this man would kill the ringmaster leads me to believe that it is pretty unlikely. Exactly right, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question. Go ahead, Your Honor. I would just like to know, can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want the ringmaster dead? I can't provide one, because he didn't. Nick? Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven. What? That's because Acro had no reason to kill the ringmaster at all. Ow! Your foolish attempt to fool us like foolish fools is so foolhardily foolish. Did you forget? You made an accusation against this witness, did you not? I believe it was, this is the real killer of Russell Berry, ringmaster. If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right. The end of things? Acro. You didn't plan to kill the ringmaster at all, did you? The ringmaster wasn't your target that night. What did you just say? I'm saying the target of this witness's murderous plot was not the ringmaster. Because it was never his intention to kill Russell Berry to begin with. They have the... Oh, I do have it. Bad scarf stained with his blood and a small quantity of pepper. What? Order, order! Bailiff, I don't care who it is, smack anyone who's loud in loud in the face. Twice if you must. Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do in my court? Ow! Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do in his court? Are you attempting to imply that Acro is trying to kill someone else? Do I present Regina or do I present the note? Regina Barry. This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct? Acro. You were really aiming for her that night, weren't you? You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited, leading question. He could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all he has to do is say you're wrong. That's it. That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Enough, Mr. Wright. Allow me to... Ow! The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself. Huh? And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix, right? Show me evidence, now! I want to know why Acro would want to kill Regina Barry. Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof. Present evidence that proves Acro was up to kill this young girl. Scarf. Alright, Mr. Wright. At this point, the only thing that's important is evidence. This better not be a bluff. You're not going to... Ow! You're not going to fool me, Mr. Phoenix, right? Those two are finishing each other's sentences now. Must be special bond between Whipper and Whipped. My patience is wearing thin, Mr. Wright. Ah, fuck, that wasn't it! This. Yeah, the note. Okay. The note was better proof. Yeah, I concede that. Acro, you remember this, don't you? It's a piece of paper that was found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat. Inside the victim's tailcoat? Acro wrote this note. It's ironically titled, To the Murderer. Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 p.m. So you're saying that he called Russell Barry with that note? Yes, but there's just one little problem. Problem? Acro didn't tend to place this note into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the ringmaster. You mean, it wasn't for the... That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Barry. Order, order, order! Mr. Wright, this little theory of yours. It's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her. Which is why, the morning of the crime, she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board. That's when her father... the ringmaster saw the note? That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in the plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake, instead of Regina. That's incredible. Remember the testimony that Acro gave us earlier today? Lifting the bus and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I were to do that, I ended up falling out the window myself. Acro had no idea who it was that was in the plaza that night. Because he couldn't look down out of his window to see who it actually was. I've got it! Acro thought it was Regina down in the plaza. And that's when he let the bus fly. Hey, Nick. Isn't Regina listening to all this in front of the audience? From the audience? She is, unfortunately. It's only gonna get harsher from here. I hope Regina can handle it. Acro wrote this note to Regina. Foolishly foolish fool with foolishly foolish fool ideas of foolish tomfoolery. You're so foolish you've even made me sound like a foolhardy fool. Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Yes? What about that line? Well, if the note was meant for Regina Barry, it would mean that this note is declaring that Regina Barry is a murderer. You just don't get it, do you? What? What did you just say? The ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza. In place of his lovely daughter. Oh, hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is this incident that is alluded to in this note? The incident 6 months ago. I know all about it. An incident occurred 6 months ago. And now I am more than ready to show this court what happened at the time. Moron. Wait, are you sure that it relates to the present case? It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has its start in what happened 6 months ago. Really, Nick? I think so. Well then, if that's the case, then hurry up and tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I know I'd certainly like to know what it is. If I can't answer that question, the judge is going to think I'm bluffing. Conclusive evidence about the incident 6 months ago is actually... Achoo! 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 What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix, right? It isn't a joke at all. It's the decisive evidence you asked for. What do you mean? Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. He was doing so because this piece of decisive evidence is what was inside. Another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Mr. Wright. So what exactly are you saying? Are you claiming Regina Berry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper? Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw. Foolish fool who never tires of his own foolish ways. If you're so sure, Mr. Phoenix, right, then answer this question. God, the penalties keep increasing. Who was Regina Berry's intended victim? Bat. Who is this? That is Acro's younger brother. What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead? Technically, that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acro could feel that his brother is dead. Regina, she did that to him. Do you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool? Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Acro's brother, Sean Dingling. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state. A lion? Miss Regina Berry, is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her. So then what happened to Acro's brother? He's not the victim of an attempted murder, he's the victim of an accident. I see. Now what do we do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. Do you think what happened to Bat was actually an accident? It was just an accident, it was more than that. I think it was just an accident, but I have to press it was more than that. I have to frame Regina here, or else I'm not going to get my point across. And I feel really bad about it, because I genuinely think it was an accident. The lion biting Bat was no accident at all. Well, what? You're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix, right? There's no way that Regina would ever incite her lion to attack another human being. She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being, but Regina was responsible for making the lion bite Acro's brother, Bat. That's just a scarf. Acro. This scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct? That's right. And who is the one who gave the scarf to Bat? Regina. Regina gave it to him. Regina. There's something more than just blood on this scarf, Your Honor. And what might that be? Pepper. 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 Regina gave the scarf to Bat right before the accident, and she covered it with as much pepper as she could. What's with the silent treatment? Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job of fingering a criminal. But out of curiosity, what was her crime? Miss Berry gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that? It still seems like the judge doesn't get it. Mr. Phoenix Wright. Wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling? Smiling? The lion was smiling. Right before Bat was bit by the lion. For a moment, the lion's mouth changed, and it looked like he was Smiling. Lions smile? I've never heard of them smiling. However, lions sneeze. Whoa, 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 whoa. Leon wasn't trying to bite Bat at all. In reality, all he actually did was sneeze. Jesus, that's grisly. Oh, fuck. He sneezed because of all the pepper on the scarf. That's a fucking grim visual. Fucking hell. What? You fool! You've got to be kidding me. What's the matter, Miss Von Karma? I object, for objection's sake. Mr. Phoenix, right, you. Is this Siri, you believe it? You really intend to say that this is how this joke of an accident actually happened? Of course I do. It's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost his brother due to this accident, or this joke as you put it. Which is why he tried to get his revenge, against Regina. You foolish idiot! Huh. It almost does sound like a terrible joke, doesn't it? Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. To think that there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves. Are you telling me that what I said was true? Acro, you don't mean, you can't mean, witness! Are you confirming the defense's claim? Mr. Wright, unfortunately, your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder. What do you mean by that? The pepper, the scarf, the lion... I see where you're going. It's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory. What would that problem be? The same problem it's always been. Evidence. If I drop Max's bust on top of the Ringmaster, where's the evidence that proves that claim? You need the conclusive evidence. The biggest problem is the murder weapon. What was the lax thereof, to be more precise? The murder weapon. The bust that the defense claims was used. If that were to be found in Acro's room, and if it was covered with the victim's blood, it would be awfully conclusive in my eyes. Yes, it would be. The bust. That bust looks like something straight out of fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Nick, you've got to do something. It's the last step. If we get this one right, the case is won. Do I request to search Acro's room? I don't think Acro would be able to do anything to do it, would he? Huh. We can either search Acro's room, but he has had time to dispose of it, hasn't he? I don't think it's gonna be in Acro's room. I don't know where it would be, but I don't think we can search Acro's room. Might be worthwhile to search Acro's room, but why aren't you going to search his room? Looks like you finally figured things out, didn't you? Now you know the true meaning of Von Karma total justice. I guess. I figured with you, that's the least I should expect. You'd leave no stone unturned. A Von Karma never leaves anything to chance. We already searched Acro's room yesterday. Oh yeah, she was there yesterday. What did you find? There's no reason to even say it. If we found what you think we found in that room, Acro would not be here as a witness. But to put a point on it, Max's bust was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for. You see, Mr. Wright? The bust wasn't in my room. Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise. And we took Acro directly to the prosecutor's office that day. End of story. Just wait a second, something's funny about all this. Looks like you lack the final nail to put in my coffin. But, what about the scarf? What about the note? What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that is relevant here is that which pertains to the death of the Ringmaster. You should know that by now. Oh, yeah, he was, wasn't he? Ah! Do something, Nick. Don't let this case slip away. The bust, where is it now? Where's the bust right now? You have Phoenix right. You know where the bust is. I'm sure you do. I didn't give a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bust is? Seems this case is coming to a close. The defense's counter-arguments have looked to have fallen short. Thank you for your support. Ah. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I think that brings an end to the cross-examination of this witness. Hold it. Where's Max's bust? The defense needs time to prepare to present its case. Sorry. I'm a bit nervous. I just bit my tongue. Huh? What? We need time to do what? Ow! Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your aide, isn't she? Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright? What? Are you asking me? The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck. Hey, wait. You can't be serious. Acrobats always have their lives on the line, don't they? That's how Acro lived his life up until now. Now's the time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose. Very well. The defense may proceed. He doesn't have a clue. I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon. Walking the tightrope of logic, there's no room for a false step. Sink or swim. The only way through is forward. It's a murder weapon. Where is Max's bust now? Somewhere in the lodging house, somewhere in the big top, somewhere in this courtroom. Shit, man. Is it in the lodging house? No. Is it in the big top? I don't think so. Is it in this courtroom? These are our only options. Acro cannot get to the big top by himself, so he has nowhere to hide it. They searched the lodging house and Acro's room. The only place the bus could... These two are out, so the bus is in the courtroom? He didn't bring it, did he? It's obvious. The bus is inside this very courtroom. It's obviously where? Allow me to pinpoint the location of the bus once and for all. It's gotta be the wheelchair, right? Acro? I'm sorry to ask you this, but do you mind if I take the blanket off your wheelchair? I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright. Well, you are a big guy, and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under the blanket. Because it seems to me it'd be really easy to say, hide a bust under there. That's so stupid. Once again, your bird chant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright. I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bus is under there. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over. Which is why you had to hide it, in the only place that you could hide it. Under your wheelchair. Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again. Would you please remove the blanket from your lap? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played. You fool! How could you? You got me. I've been bagged by a real pro. Actually, two of them. Miss Franziska von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch the surprise search on my room last night? There were two pieces of decisive evidence. The cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Regina always took my trash out every morning, you know? But the bust, obviously I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide the bust. And the only place that I could hide it quickly was under the wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had these things all figured out, didn't you? I was completely suckered in by your calculating strategy. Now I've been caught in the middle of court, hiding the murder weapon. There's no way I can escape that. Man, Acro, you're really rubbing your nose in it. That's amazing. Yeah, fuck you, Franziska. So you got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma. It all makes sense now. I can't believe that Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing. Uh-huh. Definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. No, I sure couldn't. I can't believe it. Me. Make a mistake. Why did I order a surprise searching of your room? If only I hadn't done that. Seems we finally arrived at the truth. Acro. Yes, Your Honor. Did you kill the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Mr. Russell Berry? Yes, Your Honor. I am responsible for that crime. Acro. All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him. That's why he'd tease her. One day, my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard, you couldn't help yourself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back in the same way. And that's why she covered the scarf with pepper. I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times, too. But I just couldn't forgive her, no matter what. What am I truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never ever being able to understand her. Your brother became a star. Regina believes in that so purely. That she would laugh innocently when saying it. Too innocently. I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried. That's when you decided to do something about Regina. How dreadful. So are you saying that you are the victim in all this as well? No, that's not what I mean. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. This is sad as fuck! God damn! At first I thought I'd kill myself. Then I pondered giving myself up. But I couldn't just up and leave. I just couldn't. Not yet. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm so sorry. I just couldn't up and leave yet. This has been such a strange case. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself. I'm an idiot. I can't believe it. You beat me again. I believe this case is now beyond any point of possible discussion. Thus, I'd like to declare my verdict. This is super not appropriate for what just happened. What the fuck is with the confetti? This court is adjourned. Ah, oh, damn, that's sad. It's sadder than I thought that it'd be. Fabulous! But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this. Acro, the ringmaster, Regina, and Bat. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh? That's a good question, and one I don't know the answer to. Many congrats! But only at max 1,000,000 of them. Thank you. What's with the vibe in this room? I was just thinking about Acro. No. If you worry about people too much, then you'll be like this forever and never be happy. Huh? She's been like this for a while now. It's all my fault. Sweetie Pie. Matt and Acro, they're never coming back. Now everyone's gonna split up. Regina. Mr. Wright, tell me something. What do you want to know, Regina? Acro said something right at the end. Just couldn't up and leave yet. Does that mean that Acro... is he gonna try and get his revenge on me? I don't think so. I think it's really sad, but I don't think so. He can't leave because his brother's still alive in a coma. I don't think so. He's not gonna do that to you, Regina. Are you sure? Are you really sure? I can believe that? Yep. Acro doesn't have any desire for revenge anymore. If that's true, then I want to see evidence. Huh? I want to know you're not just making all this stuff up about Acro not wanting revenge. Acro didn't want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes for again. Bat? That's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know? I never knew. Now that Acro's been caught... Uh-huh. I know. What? I'll do it. I'll stand next to Bat as long as it takes. Until he opens his eyes. And then until he can meet Acro again. That's so sweet of you, Regina. I'm sorry, Acro. I'm sorry, Bat. Well, hopefully this isn't enough to give her a little piece of... Hopefully this is enough to give her a little peace of mind. Hey, Max! What is it, Mo? We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? Sorry about what happened. So whenever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip up the contract. I understand. What a fabulous thing for me to do. Might even leave tomorrow. Gonna happen to the circus now? That's a big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? Even though he's not here anymore, everyone is sticking together. The staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I've made a decision. What is it? I've decided I will take over as the new ringmaster. I'll turn the circus into the best circus the world has ever seen. The best circus the world has ever seen. Don't laugh! That's quite the goal. Yay, I can't wait. Then I guess that changes things. Huh? There's only one thing the best circus in the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means the circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen. Max! Let's work together and make our circus super fabulous. What do you say, big guy? I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you. Regina, you're gonna help him out too, aren't you? I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me. What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think that I brought you to the court today? We gotta work together to make the Big Berry Circus, the Berry Big Circus, bigger than it's ever been. That's fucking confusing. Mo's right, Sweetie Pie. It can't be the Berry Big Circus without Regina Berry. Max. Nick. It seems like everything is going to turn out alright here. I can't wait to go see the best circus the world has ever seen. We'll save you the most fabulous seats. It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm going to order a special whoopee cushion sets. It's kind of a happy end. As much as the end of a murder trial can be, it's a happy end. I see. What made the case? Yesterday's surprise raid. It really paid off, just like you said it would, sir. Had it all figured out, didn't you? It was just a Siri. If Akko really was a killer, I thought this was the only way it could end. Who the fuck? Especially if he was the defense attorney. You mean Mr. Wright? Is he talking to Edgeworth? Of course. Well, detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Mr. Akro's case, you need not worry. I plan to personally stop the Chief Prosecutor's office as soon as... I plan to personally stop by the Chief Prosecutor's office as soon as I get back. Understood, sir. I'll be waiting for you. Mr. Edgeworth? Hey! It's Edgeworth! He's alive, I knew it. Also because he has like 3 investigation games, so he can't be dead. Ah, good! Edgeworth is alive. A brand new episode has been added. Farewell, my turnabout. What am I looking at? That's... It looks like Steel Samurai being served champagne? Being handed a teddy bear by... That's not Von Karma's sleeve. What the fuck am I looking at? That was pretty alright. I like that case. I mean, the first round of testimonies was kind of pointless, but I like how it spun out. The investigation was good. The final trial was good. I like the twists and turns and how it ended up. I like the resolution. I like the circus. I like half the circus, I should say. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Who will be this year's Grand Prix champion? Who will be our hero of heroes? What am I looking at? Well, last year's runner-up, or maybe Captain Sapien, all the way from the lovely tropical island of Sapien. I see the students of a certain starry school are raring to win, and global hero Ori Kyanpon doesn't want to go home without the prize. We hope Lady Luck is with all our heroes tonight. And now, the winner of the 3rd annual Hero of Heroes Grand Prix is me! What the fuck is happening? Steel Samurai! Whoa! The true hero of the night has appeared in our midst! The hero of heroes, superhero. It looks like this year's Grand Prix is Fantastic Warrior. The Nickel Samurai! Too bad, Jammin' Ninja. It looks like the title eluded you again this year. What the fuck did I just watch? March 20th, 7:42 p.m. Gatewater Hotel. Yola Hall. Isn't the Gatewater right by their office? Alright, yes. Did you hear that, Nick? Did you? The Nickel Samurai, he did it! Yeah, he sure did. I'm getting too old for this. Oh shit. Powers! Fucking A, man! What was your voice? Oh, I'm proud of the guy for doing the series justice.
So the person everyone was cheering for, I guess he got the prize. Yup. You know who we're talking about, right, Pearly? The Nickel Samurai. No. Every Sunday I only watch the educational channel's Kids Masterpiece Theater. Okay, that's it. From now on, it's the Nickel Samurai. All the kids watch it. Do you like the Nickel Samurai too, Mr. Nick? Nah, Nick's an old fart, so he's not allowed to watch it anymore. Don't be teaching Pearl stuff like that. That's right, but I too like Kids Masterpiece Theater. Hey, I didn't know you were so young at heart, Nick. Mr. Nick, you're a grown-up. You're not allowed to watch it anymore. You're supposed to act your age and have interests that match.
Oh, fuck Pearl.
It's very important. Oh, give it a rest, Pearly.
Looks like I made the right choice inviting everyone here. Glad you're all having a good time.
Ah, it's like a dream.
Too bad for the Jam Ninja, though. Last year he lost to the Pink Princess, Warrior of Little Old Tokyo. I thought this might be his year.
Yeah. Oh, hey, did anyone else think that Jammin' Ninja looked a little bit different today? Different? What do you mean? Well, he wasn't carrying his bright red guitar.
Hey, you're right. Strange you'd walk around without a signature guitar.
He's turning into Gumshoe. I'll never understand these people in their shows. Anyway, Mr. Powers, thank you very much for tonight.
Oh, it was nothing. I owe you one, so it's just my way of saying thanks.
Hey, Nick, come on. It's time to get going to the lobby. There's a post-ceremony stage show that's supposed to start real soon.
And then I heard there's gonna be a press conference after that.
Press conference? He's gonna make a speech about winning this year's prize?
Well, it's not exactly something the Nickel Samurai confesses or something. Not exactly. Something about the Nickel Samurai confessing something.
Confessing? Sounds pretty serious. Nick, come on! You don't want us to be the last ones there, do you? Yeah, Mr. Nick, do you? Why me? Sure doesn't even start for another 20 minutes. Thank you very much for inviting us today.
Oh, it was nothing, really. Guys like us don't come to the place this often, so I thought I'd invite you all.
Hey, Mr. Powers, what have you been up to lately?
Well, since the Pink Princess successfully wrapped up last month.
It was only serialized for like 2 seasons or something, like 2 years? That's sad.
I've been on a kids exercise show, while wearing a rabbit's mask over my face.
Oh, I see. Fucking hell!
Will Powers wearing a rabbit's mask. That behemoth of a man was doing like morning calisthenics. I'm still really sorry about all the headache I caused you that time, Mr. Wright.
Well, what's done is done, so let's forget about it. This is Will Powers. He's an action star. His popularity exploded when he was the Steel Samurai. And he was the first case Maya worked with me. It's too bad you look scary, or people would know you're a real softie who's good with kids.
Oh, thanks.
Can't believe they're going to make a movie based on the Nickel Samurai. I can't believe it either, but for a different reason. The Steel Samurai, an epic story of one hero in a desperate fight against his arch-nemesis, the evil magistrate, in the city of Neo-Tokyo. And last year, they started a new series, The Nickel Samurai. The new series seems to be a hit with the kids, too. What the fuck?
I'm really attached to the Steel Samurai as a show, so I was hoping that maybe I'd get a chance to do something in this new one.
Yeah, it's too bad. It'd be really awesome to see you with the new actor, Matt Engarde. He's super popular right now. Mr. Engarde? Looks like Pearls doesn't know who he is. This year's going to be the Nickel Samurai versus the Jammin' Ninja at the box office. Jammin' Ninja? Who's that again? So who's this Jammin' Ninja again? He's a hero, duh. His symbol is the bright red guitar he's always carrying. A ninja who's always carrying around a bright red guitar? How does that even work? It's just an acoustic guitar. With a scarf around his neck and a guitar in hand, he rises to stardom in ancient time.
This is adorable.
A ninja who becomes a star. Yeah, a ninja who becomes a star.
There's a strong rivalry between the two of them. Global Studios' Nickel Samurai and Worldwide Studios' Jammin' Ninja.
Oh god, Sal is the showrunner on Nickel Samurai.
They even air at the same time.
You know what I've heard? I've heard those two don't get along well at all. The Nickel Samurai is Engarde, and the guy who plays the Jammin' Ninja, I mean. The Nickel Samurai speaks French? Oh, you mean Matt Engarde, the actor.
I guess even the world of heroes isn't a sparkling happy place.
Oh.
Yeah.
A glossy photo that Maya pushed onto me. That's funny.
Let's move out. Hallway. Wow, this is Gatewater Hotel, hallway, March 20th. Gatewater Hotel, hallway. Wow, what's with this place? Looks like I've stumbled into Oz or something. Way in the back, there's a sign for the bathroom. Maybe I should visit it while I can before the show starts. There's a piece of paper taped to the door that says, Juan Cordia's room. Juan Cordia. His name sounds just like a star's name. I've heard him before, but I don't know anything about him at all. Piece of paper taped to the room that says Matt on Guard's room. Matt on Guard. I've heard that name before. Oh yeah. Maya's always yammering about him like the obsessed fan she is. Juan Cordia. I understand the flowers in front of the dressing rooms. What are the stuffed bears doing here? Maybe there's an action star with a soft spot for teddy bears? Nah, it can't be. Look at the flowers on the other side of the hall. These are much more gorgeous. Let's see. Record companies, fan clubs, company workers, family? Carrying all these flowers home would be hard, I think. To Mr. Ungard, from Global Studio staff. It'd be nice if Laura's got flowers too. Something like, to Mr. Wright, from all your grateful clients. Wow, man. Jammin' Ninja is way more popular than, the Nickel Samurai. There are toilets in each room in this hotel. Or at the very least, the guy's more liked. Bathrooms for people who aren't staying here to use as well. For people like me. Can't afford to stay here in the first place. It's 100% a corpse in one of these rooms. Or there's a corpse in the bathroom, and we're gonna be implicated in murder again. I can't... How do I move to the bathroom now? Move. Field hall. Oh, I just noted the bathroom. I just fucked off and noticed the bathroom, I guess. Sounds like the post-ceremony show is about to start.
Alright, I'm so pumped. I wonder if he's going to show off his special move today. Nickel Samurai Smelting.
Actually, what I'm interested in the most is the press conference.
You mean the big confession the Nickel Samurai is going to make after the show? So what is it? Don't you know what it's about, Mr. Powers?
Well, I'm not the Steel Samurai anymore, so I don't have any idea.
Bah.
Sorry. So I guess you're all going to the press conference then?
Yeah, of course.
If that's the case, then here, take these tickets so you can get in.
Press conference ticket added to the court record. Seems like the Nickel Samurai is to confess something after the post-ceremony stage show. Thank you very much. Well, let's get going to the lobby. Looks like it's over this way, Mr. Nick. Okay, for great justice.
Hotel lobby. Gatewater Hotel, hotel lobby. Only a really gaudy hotel would have such a large, gaudy lobby to match.
I think they're going to have the post-ceremony show over there.
They're using a compact stage, I see.
Oh, I'm all ready to use my special samurai power.
Maya looks like she's ready to start a fight.
Your attention, please. Your attention, please. The Nickel Samurai's post-ceremony stage show will not be held tonight due to unforeseen circumstances.
What? Why?
Ow! You don't have to pinch me. Pinch yourself if you don't believe it.
We're asking for everyone's cooperation at this time, so please stay where you are. This is a special request from the police.
Police? Did they just say the police? Do you want me to go check what's going on? Wait, I'll come with you. Freeze! You too, didn't you just hear the announcement just now? I just finished telling you not to move.
That voice. I've heard that voice somewhere before.
Honestly. Don't tell me this is Wendy. Don't tell me this is Wendy.
Honestly, youths these days can't be bothered to listen when other people when they talk. Just the other day, it was the same thing. It was smelling.
It's Wendy.
I tried to tell the boy the bridge is out. It's dangerous, but he wouldn't listen. No, of course not. Said he just had to be careful. The bridge was out. The part is dangerous. I'm not kidding you. The kid said he was really and that really meant it. Well, off the bridge. Honestly, these kids don't know right from wrong.
It's non-stop chatter.
It can't be. Miss Oldbag? What is it, you young whippersnappers? Do I know you?
She's got a gun!
Wait, you! You're Powers, aren't you?
Yeah, what happened back back then?
You didn't even get nominated this year, did you? Oh, that's right! You're doing that children's exercise program to play nice.
Yeah, that's me. Thankfully, I still have a job.
I love that show, and you're a hoot! You're the real Big Brother character, right? Yes, even when your face is covered with the mask, I know you're the big rabbit. You work hard, but that's how it is, you know. I mean, that's how when the TV's break. It's a shame those kids exercising. You got what they deserve. I think you should.
What are you doing here?
Look at my uniform and tell me that you... Look at my uniform and tell me you can't tell I'm a member of security. But that outfit... Annoying! Noisy brats get the blaster!
Oh, that's cute. Hi, Wendy. How you doing? Miss Oldbag, what are you doing here?
What happened to your position at Global Studios? Oh, that old place? Well, since that incident, they've been letting people go. When they got the security team, I got the pink slip.
Was she Monokuma or was she more nasally? Probably more nasally.
What incident? What did you do? I didn't do anything, youngin'. Don't you remember that incident a year ago? When this lady got on the witness stand and testified.
Yeah.
And you weren't even the one who was... weren't you the one who was bullying me, this fragile girl at heart?
Listen, man, shit's hard. I plead the fifth.
But you know, I think maybe I rubbed the upper management the wrong way by testifying. Yes, that has to be it. Everything is all your fault. Me? I thought about being a bodyguard first, then after being handed the old pink slip.
You? A bodyguard?
For your friend, that fiery, good-looking guy with the red jacket and ruffles.
Mr. Edgeworth.
But...
that sort of arrangement would be entirely too troublesome for me.
That's what he said to me. What did I ever do to deserve that?
So did something happen?
I don't have all the details, but it looks like another one of those incidents happened again.
An incident? Like a murder kind of incident?
Maybe. You see, I'm a bit of a devilish woman. So whenever I go, showers of blood are sure to follow. Bet you didn't know that.
Shouldn't you quit being a security guard, at least for other people's sake?
Silence, whippersnapper.
Wendy Oldbag just starts kicking off, and I can't stop her to read what she's actually saying. Like, I have to just drop mid-sentence if I want to continue with any semblance.
Hey, Nick.
What is it? I don't like that devilish smile playing on your lips.
Let's make like we're going to the bathroom and check things out.
No way. The police don't let to go anywhere, remember?
Huh? How boring. You're such a boring guy. You've got no motivation, no spirit. Huh? What's going on? Are you giving Mystic Maya trouble again, Mr. Nick?
Not you too, Pearls. Please don't stick your little nose into this one.
So listen to this, Pearly. This one time at lawyer camp, Nick...
Okay, I get it. Let's go take a look. What could you possibly say, Maya? Just making shit up and telling Pearls?
Yay, I knew you couldn't say no to me, Nick. That's right. You'd walk over miles of hot coals for Mystic Maya, wouldn't you, Mr. Nick?
It would be every time we work a case together.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go already. You can come along too, Pearly. Goody, I get to come. I get to come.
Ah, this is a bad idea. March 20th, Gatewater Hotel, Vila Hall. Nothing really out of the ordinary here.
Are you looking for the incident that the old lady was talking about?
Doesn't look like it happened here. Well, we better go look somewhere else.
Alright, then let's try. Excuse me.
Ah! You're not the bellboy I was expecting. Good lord, you look evil.
You by chance, Miss Maya Fey? Yeah, that's me. You have a phone call waiting for you at the front desk. Call. Wonder if it's someone from Kurain Village. What's wrong, Mystic Maya? Oh, nothing. You guys go on ahead. I'll be right there, okay? Okay. Right this way, Miss Fey.
God, I don't think that guy could have looked even. That guy couldn't have looked more evil. I don't think.
Let's go look somewhere else now, Mr. Nick.
Yeah, okay.
This is a little exciting and a little scary.
Why are we still? Ah, fucking god damn it. March 20th, Gatewater Hotel hallway. I told you. I get people wanting info. I get people the info they want, which means that I've got the right to know. Nope, don't care who you are, pal. Don't care who you are, pal. We're still investigating, so you can't go in. What's your... Oh, fuck, it's Lotta, isn't it? What's your problem? Just you wait. I'll be all over the morning paper. Scruffy detective's secret scandal revealed. You'll see. I'll get you back.
Those two sound pretty serious.
That southern accent can only mean... Hey, right. Hey, Lotta. Come on, do a gal a favor and tell this cop I'm just doing my job and I've got rights. Hey, you! Ah, Detective Gumshoe. Hey, pal, help a guy out here. Tell her that only the police are allowed here. This is the scene of a murder, so she should leave this place to us pros.
A murder?
Ah, shoot, me and my big mouth. See, I knew it. My gut instinct told me so. I always trust my gut. Murder, a murder, it said. That's what it said, a genuine murder. Hey, wait. Yeehaw, murder of a big star, no less. Oh man, I'm in trouble now. What's up, Gumshoe? So, Detective Gumshoe, a murder. No, it's not. That's not it. I just got my facts mixed up for a second there, pal.
Mr. Nick? Is the dead person the Nickel Samurai?
Huh? Why do you ask?
Well, Mystic Maya was rooting for him, so...
It wasn't the Nickel Samurai that got bumped. Actually, the Nickel Samurai is the one who's under suspicion of doing the bumping off. What? Did Pearl just... What the fuck? When did Pearl learn that? When did Pearl use the euphemism bump off? Learn... What the fuck? Maya, what have you been teaching Pearl? The guy that died was this hero named the Jammin' Ninja, pal. The Jammin' Ninja? Okay, immediate suspicion, same as with Will Powers' case last time. The Jammin' Ninja was looking off, didn't have his guitar. For some reason. So the victim was the Jammin' Ninja?
Mr. Jammin' Ninja?
He was on a real popular TV show to the Nickel Samurai. He was on a real popular rival TV show to the Nickel Samurai. Oh. The victim was the action star Juan Corrida. Juan Corrida. He got a huge push and rode the express train to stardom. I mean, even I know who he is. Yeah, even I recognize his face. I heard lately that Madame Guard's been taking the wind out of his sail. I'm telling you, pal, as far as who's popular, those two are hogging all the limelight. I guess there's no space for Mr. Powers at all, huh? Poor guy.
Mr. Engard, that's the Nickel Samurai, right?
Yup. I mean, no. You got to say it with more oomph. The Nickel Samurai. Anyway, so now that Juan Corrida's not gone, that means Mr. Engard has the whole stage to himself, wouldn't you say? I wouldn't bet on it, pal. We can't have that happen, you know? Can't have that happen? What's that supposed to mean, I wonder?
That woman with the big puffy hair that looks like cotton candy.
You mean Lotta?
That woman, she was there that time too, right?
That time?
When Mystic Maya did that channeling.
Oh, that time. Well, Lotta's a journalist, so that's why she was here.
Journalist?
Looks like she was hanging around here before the murder happened.
Hanging around?
Yeah, hiding and waiting in front of the Jabba Ninja store, pal.
Why would she...
She wouldn't tell me, pal. She just said something about getting my big scoop.
Scoop? What sort of noise could she be after? Would she be after?
Flat.
Let's go find Lotta. Yeah, hotel lobby. Nope, not here. Hallway.
What do you think about this? Listen, pal. I'm not leaking any info about the evidence to you this time. If I do, my salary's really gonna get it. And then I won't even be able to get those instant noodles down at the discount mart.
Oh, that Gumshoe, that's super sad.
What do you think of this?
Alrighty. One bathroom.
I guess I'll go talk to Oldbag then.
Gotti, speaking of fancy, didn't that bellboy give me something like last year?
What do you think about this, Wendy?
These sons of mine are real pros now.
Pros?
Pros at doing what?
At doing police work, of course. My eyes are like a hawk. My professional eyes spot a messy incident. A messy, bloody incident. That's why I don't have time for you meddling kids and your petty little things.
Press conference. Oh no. What do I do? Examine. Stage.
There's supposed to be a press meeting after the show. But now,
Looks like no one will hear what Nickel Samurai had to confess after all. There's no slide. Move. Nope, no slide. Hallway. What do we do? Gumshoe, we've talked to you about everything. Oh, I guess we could talk to him about stuff. About people. You know this person?
not a lot of people as the detective, pal. We make extra sure not to forget people because that's our job. Now, having said that, I don't remember ever seeing this person before.
What? Which means that you're kind of forgetful, aren't you, Mr. Detective?
That's not what it means. Not exactly, anyway.
You were the leading detective on this case last year. Gumshoe. I don't know, Wendy. Lotta.
That girl is number 3 on my people I've seen a lot of lately list.
Oh? And who's number 1?
If you need to ask, it's you, pal.
So who's number 2?
Maya Fey. It looks like she's not around this time.
Must be nice to be such good friends with each other, isn't it, Mr. Nick? Somehow, I don't think that's a real meaning of Detective Gumshoe's list.
I look good. I think I've lost some weight, pal.
It's only wishful think. Wow!
Wishful thinking, huh? In that case, I wishfully think I've lost some weight.
I wishfully think he might face the facts one day.
Lately, I've been on those instant new lonely diet, pal.
Gumshoe, are you okay? Do you need money?
Not a real fan of action shows or anything. But I know who Juan Corridia is and Maran God are.
You can't talk about one without talking about the other, I guess.
They even debuted around the same time. They have this real fiery rivalry with each other. Kinda like you and me, pal.
Never knew he thought of me as a rival.
Nickel Samurai. He really took the Grand Prix tonight.
I was a big fan of his.
Really? Oh, I'm sorry then.
Why are you sorry?
That on guard was just arrested, pal. On suspicion of murdering Juan Corrida.
Corrida. Juan Corrida.
What?
There we go. Why was Mr. On Guard arrested?
Sorry, pal, that's not something I can tell you. We just started the investigation, so we don't want any leaks.
Looks like yet another Steel Samurai hero is in the hot water.
Mr. Nick, if Mystic Maya knew about this...
Yeah, I know. She'd make me take this case. I know. Lobby. There we are.
Hey, so what's going on, Mr. Wright?
Looks like Juan Corrida has been killed. Ah, I'm saying it wrong. Corrida. Juan Corrida.
What? Juan, he's...
Looks like he was just murdered. A suspect was arrested. That suspect is Mr. Matt on Guard.
You're joking, right?
Nope. They just arrested the Nickel Samurai, suspicious of murdering the Jammin Ninja.
Oh, not again. I feel sick.
Again? About a year ago, something like this... Just like this happened, Brills.
I still can't believe. No way. There's no way Matt would.
Right, Will was my, protagonist voice. What's Mr. Powers got in his hand?
Oh, before I forget, this is for you, Mr. Wright. I got this from the bellboy that came by earlier.
Radio transceiver originally received from the bellboy. Can transmit and receive signals over great distance. What the fuck? Why did... Oh no. Did Maya just get kidnapped? For me? Why?
I don't know. All he said was it was for Mr. Phoenix Wright, the attorney. Matt is the most energetic and active actor out there right now. Nickel Samurai really sealed his place as a pop idol, but he kept adding fuel to the fire of his rivalry with Juan anyway.
Mr. Juan, he's the Jammin Ninja, right?
Those two would butt heads over everything they could think of. But I'd say that Matt was the one who almost always came out on top.
I guess some people only know how to relate to others by butting heads like Iran.
Juan said he'd take Matt on this time too, so we joined a rival TV show.
That was the Jammin Ninja?
The stylish Nickel Samurai and the burning Jammin Ninja. Well, things turned messy real fast with those two using their shows for their war. And the final tally, look around, it's pretty obvious how things ended up.
Matt even won the Grand Prix this year. Final win over his rival, I guess. I think that Matt probably bought the win this year.
Mr. On Guard was holding a press conference, wasn't he?
Oh, wrong voice.
That's what I heard. Though, if you wanted to get technical about it, it was the Nickel Samurai's conference.
Nickel Samurais?
Yeah, he was supposed to wear his costume and give the press conference that way.
Would it be in costume? But why?
I'm not sure. They don't keep me in the loop anymore.
I was just wondering. Where's Mystic Maya? She's been gone a long time.
Now that she mentions it, I was only going to answer a phone call.
Maybe she got lost.
I'll take a quick look around for- Don't wander off, Pearl! Ah, shit. Ah!
What is it, Mr. Nick?
Huh? I'm not sure. Coming from this transceiver. Yes, hello? Right here. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright, the attorney. And you are? You don't need to know who I am. I think you have other things to be concerned yourself with now. Such as...
Help, Nick! Mystic Maya!
Maya? So, Mr. Wright, would you agree that the more important issue in this fate is the fate of this girl? Her fate? Does that mean what I think it means? Maya, where are you? Are you hurt? Come now. Don't fall apart on me yet. No, this can't be. Now that I have your attention, Mr. Attorney, I have a modest proposal for you. If you do what I require, then I will return to you your valuable item unharmed. What is this called again in your fancy lawyer terms? Kidnapping for ransom. Yes, that's it. This is a kidnapping. Ah! Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! Juan Corrida. I can't roll my R's. My sight, everything's fading away. Maya's been kidnapped! You there? Mr. Attorney, are you there? How much? How much do you want? Very good, Mr. Attorney. I'm glad you have such a good grasp of the situation. Hurry up and state your condition, then return Maya. Money is not what I seek. What? What I want is a certain verdict. I'd like a complete acquittal. Complete acquittal? What in the world have you done to need... I'm not the person you will be representing. What? You're currently at the Gatewater Hotel, are you not? And I know a murder has just taken place there. Juan Corrida was killed, and the suspect is mad on guard. You are, as expected, quite on top of things, Mr. Attorney. Now then, what I want is very simple. I want you to obtain a complete acquittal for Matt on guard. Matt on guard? But why? He did not kill anyone. I can attest to that, however. However? However what? However, someone is framing him for murder. A very smart someone who is setting him up to take the fall. If I agree and do what he wants, can I believe he'll keep his end of the bargain? You are, of course, at liberty to take me at my word or not. However, there is only one thing you can take as fact. Right now, your very precious item is with me in my possession. Hell! Nick! Maya! You have 2 days. Of course, tonight, you'll be in questioning with the police. But the trial is in 2 days. At the trial, you'll win a not guilty verdict. Remember, you only have one chance. One chance, Mr. Attorney. One? You expect me to get a not guilty trial in 1 day? Yes, exactly. I don't believe I was wrong in choosing you, so don't let me down. Ah! Oh, yes, that's right. Not that I'm playing at the role of the kidnapper. I can't pass up this chance to say... And don't even think about calling the cops. Not great, but you get the idea. Damn it! Who the hell are you? Very well, I'll tell you that much. My name is... The Killer. What? What?
Mr. Nick, where's Mystic Maya?
She's been kidnapped.
No, it's all my fault. If I had gone with Mystic Maya.
No, you would have been both kidnapped. You're a child, Pearl. You're 8 years old. It's not your fault, Pearls.
But it is, Mystic Maya. Oh.
Mr. Wright, I think we should tell the police what's going on. No, we can't do that. If we do, who knows what will happen to Maya?
Mr. Nick, what about the detective we saw earlier?
Detective Gumshoe. Yes, that's it. Wait here, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'll take care of Pearl while you're away. What? Ransom? Shh, not so loud. The ransom is complete acquittal for Matt on guard. Wait, the deal is complete acquittal? In exchange for Maya, you mean? Well, this means Matt on guard is obviously the killer, pal. No doubt about it. But the guy said that Mr. on guard is innocent. You really believe what a kidnapper tells you, pal? Yes, he has a point. On guard really is innocent. Then why the kidnapping? And on top of everything else, there's all the evidence we keep finding. Huh? The forensics team are having a field day back there. But it's strange. There's so much evidence that it feels like something's wrong. There's too much evidence. Is that possible? Actually, didn't the kidnapper say something about on guard being set up? Anyway, looks like you won't be leaving here tonight, pal. Just sit tight and cooperate with the investigation. Tomorrow you can start yours. Alright. Isn't there another way? We've also got to be careful about pushing the kidnapper the wrong way. You're right. Holy shit. Date, time, location.
Ow, my head. Where am I? I wonder if I'm still in the hotel. What happened to me? Nick, Pearly. Come on, you guys, this isn't funny anymore.
You know, I stand corrected. He could indeed have looked more sinister.
Ah, I see you've awoken. Ah! Who are you?
Me?
I am known as the Killer. The Killer? You mean like an assassin? I'm too young to die.
Don't worry. You're not my target. For now, anyways.
Ah! Nick, where are you? Help me.
Yes, that's right. Only one person can save you now, and that is Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Huh? Well, what? Nick's going to save me?
Calm down and be a good girl. Think of this as a business transaction.
A business transaction?
I'm going to contact him now. I hope you'll cooperate and play your assigned role well.
Nick. What's going to happen to me? Nick, Pearly. Sis.
Is this Mr. Phoenix Wright, the attorney? You don't need to know who I am. I think you have other things to be concerning yourself with, such as... Oh, fuck. March 21st, 8:11 a.m., Rate and Code offices. It's been like 3 months since the Big Top. Good morning. All right. Good morning, Pearl. But actually, no. Good night. It would be more appropriate. All right. I think I'm gonna call it here. That's a lot to take in. Rightio. So that was man, that was quite the thing. We got to the bottom of what, the third case now, was it? We got to the bottom of the third case in Phoenix Wright Justice for All. I kind of like the Big Top. I like half the Big Top, I should say. I like the twists, I like the turns, I like the reveal, I like the characters. They're all fun. And I like how it ended too. And now we got this shit going on. Fucking hell. I didn't expect to see Oldbag and Powers again. I definitely didn't expect to see Lotta show up. And now we got fucking pressure on. It looks like we've got like 2 days investigation and then like just a one-day trial in order to exonerate the like framed murder victim that is Matt on guard. Man alive, this is kind of nuts. But anyway, yeah, fucking thanks for hanging out. We'll see how this turns out. Today's the 30th. I have to push back tomorrow's stream to Wednesday. I'm pretty confident I'll be able to do it. Fucking, it is a nightmare to schedule D&D with like 5 guys who all work retail at the same place. So, no stream tomorrow. I'll be out playing D&D. But never fear, we'll be back with Ace Attorney on Wednesday. Thursday, we will have hopefully more Doki Doki. Because I really do want to get back into that. It's getting good now. And I want to get to... I don't know that I can power through the whole thing. But I can definitely take a crack at it. That'll be Thursday. You're on a plane on Wednesday. Oh, good lord.
Why are you on a plane, Noah? What the hell? If you're on a plane Wednesday, then I don't mind taking a break and we'll come back to Ace Attorney, next week. Or I can, just run through it and, pick up the VOD, because they're probably just going to be an investigation. There's probably going to be a lot of investigating in this next stream segment, so it might be like an hour and a half stream and I'll cut it short. And then we can pick up the actual trial next week. That sounds pretty alright, right? So how about we do that? I'll run through the investigation, on stream, and then we can, I'll recap what we found on Monday. We'll do the actual, I guess, one-day trial, by the sound of it. Because, the killer wants us to wants a full acquittal of Matt on guard within one day. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, you're coming to Ontario. Very cool. Oh, very cool. You're going up with Alex to go. What are you guys visiting Zach up in Saguenay, or is everyone coming to go see Stefan? I think I planned to go see Stefan, wasn't it? Yeah, anyway, yeah, sounds like a plan for me. So, Wednesday, I'll run through the investigation portion. Hopefully it takes a decent chunk of time. After that, we'll do some Doki Doki Thursday. Friday, I've got no stream going on because I've got my, my own D&D game to host. Saturday, Sunday, I'm probably going to take to do some more map work and behind the scenes work for Monster Hunter D&D, because I'm pretty excited to start running that. I need to like post my Dropbox with all of my books, because the Monster Hunter book is the guide to Monster Hunter is probably be a necessary read, and just the Monster Manual Monster Hunter book is a very fun read. So I'll probably Wednesday be doing a bit of admin stuff for that. How am I looking for my maps? I think I've gotten 2 locales. I think I've got 2 locales ready to go. Let's see. Yes, I've got 2 locales ready to go, so whenever that starts, we can go right into some hunting. Hunting the hills, hunting the dunes. I'm working on putting together the island map. After that, there's Quebec visit family, a bunch of us meeting up there while I'm there. Very cool. Yeah, it's exciting because the Monster Hunter stuff sounds cool. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've gotten 2 areas pretty well fleshed out for some Monster Hunter D&D. I'm working on the 3rd right now. But it's coming along pretty nicely. I'm excited for it. Anyway. Yeah. That's the plan. Investigation. Doki Doki. Off tomorrow and Friday for various things at D&D. Saturday, Sunday is some more D&D admin stuff. And we'll be back with the actual trial. Fuck if I know how it's gonna go, but we'll be back for the trial of the 4th case in Ace Attorney. Justice for All on Monday. Thanks for hanging out.